everyone. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and here's what's happening in LA this week. Kristin Crowley recently made history by becoming the first female LA fire chief. Channel 35 had the chance to hear about her inspiring journey and get a closer look at this remarkable woman and her hopes and goals for continuing to build a strong fire department that serves the community in the best possible way. Check it out.
Today I am nominating Kristin Crowley to serve as the chief of this fire department and the first woman to ever be in that position.
I mean, I understand, the significance, the historical significance of what this means. A first is a first, right? And so I understand that. But the amount of media and even the outpour of support, I knew I had support, but wow, I am so pleasantly surprised. It was really neat. I got to do an interview just recently with a local station in Green Bay because of, me becoming the fire chief. And it was really neat to connect. Like growing up where I grew up, going to an all-girls high school, going to an all-girls college, and then coming out here and then ending up, in a male-dominated type of career, right? Even like kind of coming up through the ranks within the organization, each and every step really prepared me. And I look back on it, it's like, I did that for a reason and pushed hard for a reason. I had a lot of people behind me, kind of assisting. But I really honestly feel that everything has led me from my life to this moment. I certainly won't be the last female fire chief, but I think holistically, all of us just want to be known as, firefighter Crowley or versus, oh, there's a female firefighter. Yeah, I think that's ultimately where we want to be because we want to be judged on our qualities and our merit, right? The gender really doesn't have much to do with it. It's what we're all bringing to the table. There's a lot of interest in it, which I think is really amazing, but I think it's also important to get that message out there, especially we're hiring, right? The window of opportunity to hire is here and now. I mean, candidates can file all the way up to June 15th, but after that, the window closes and then they have to wait another 2 years. So I'm really trying to plug that for the right reasons and get the LAFD way beyond, our city or county or state borders. And that's where the message can be really strong. And that's how we can leverage, the inquiries across what media is asking of me. Then I can get our message out. What has worked really well for me throughout my career is the ability to connect with people. So my goal is not to just create this space where as the fire chief, this is what we're going to do. I think it's really important that we build what and who we are as an organization built off of the boots on the ground. It feels really good. It feels like we've had a really good transition. A lot of the times when a fire chief is going out, you don't have that luxury of really having a succession plan. It usually doesn't work that way. And I think, people are asking me time and now, are you ready? Are you ready? And I say, are we ready? I think we're ready. And they go, yeah, Chief, we're ready.
If you love to run, you've surely heard about the famous LA Marathon. To make sure this year's attendees were well taken care of, the LA Fire Department's efforts included bike medics. These essential cycle teams are known to have better mobility to help those in need. Let's take a look.
We are here early on a Sunday morning because our 12-year-old son, Jacob, is running the LA Marathon. His sister made him a sign that said, "Don't stop, Jacob, everybody's watching you." So we're going to hold up his sign and tell him, don't stop, keep on going.
The 37th annual Los Angeles Marathon. We have come out here to be able to provide rapid EMS as needed.
We want to make sure that everybody's able to get through very safely. We have medical stations that are set up strategically along different mile markers on the marathon route. We do everything we can to try to assure safety for all who are here today. For large events like the LA Marathon or even frequently at LAX where you have a congested area, and it's difficult to move around, but you have a lot of people as well as the potential for increased medical needs. We often will use our cycle teams with firefighter paramedic. It gives them accessibility, mobility to quickly get in, treat people, and then get them into an ambulance to transport to a hospital.
Later in the show, we'll get a chance to learn about other ways the City of LA is keeping us safe with the Emergency Management Department. Many of the women affected by domestic violence experience homelessness as a result. In order to keep them safe and help them get back on their feet, Council President Nuri Martinez has joined forces with the Downtown Women's Center to develop Oatsie's Place, a 45-unit housing project in Van Nuys. Check it out.
Today we're at a groundbreaking commemorating the build of a new 45-unit permanent supportive housing building that will serve individuals and families, many of whom have survived trauma and gender-based violence. Women are a growing population of people experiencing homelessness, so deep concern in the Downtown Women's Center. So it's our mission to make sure that there's enough low-income housing for women in particular who are unfortunately disproportionately survivors of trauma, domestic violence, sexual assault.
This permanent supportive housing project is very specific, and so it's targeted at women who have suffered domestic violence in the past, who have been victims of human trafficking. Oftentimes, there is not specific, dedicated permanent supportive housing for these types of women who have endured this type of violence in their lives. And so I think one of the things that I love about the Downtown Women's Center is that they're very specific about the needs of women and meeting women where they're at.
The Downtown Women's Center looks forward to being the service providers here and to building community in the Lake Balboa area and making sure that these women have a pathway to thriving.
This is so very important because, as I stated before, I am a survivor of domestic violence, and it's just so important that women that are in this situation or trying to get out of this situation have somewhere safe to be and be able to rebuild themselves like I did. No one deserves to be treated that way, and I'm just so thankful to each and every person here that is also advocating and the dedication to help build these units to get these women off the street and into a safe environment.
Nowhere in this country should we allow people to die on our sidewalks because we simply don't have enough housing. We have to do our fair share, and my community has stepped up since we began construction, since I took office in 2013. We've now have well over 500 units of housing underway, and we're going to continue to identify additional locations to continue to build.
You know, what's really important for our city is to support the builds and the renovation and whatever it takes to bring in more low-income housing. Those are solutions for everyone in Los Angeles.
When you're out there and you're in that situation, you don't have any hope. And I want to be hope and encouragement for this women to just stick with it because you will get through it.
The Los Angeles Public Library is honoring Transgender Day of Visibility by shedding light on transgender authors as well as books with transgender characters and topics. We met up with LAPL's city librarian and members of the Transgender Advisory Council to find out more about this collaboration.
Today is Transgender Day of Visibility, and our trans community is invited to come into the Los Angeles Public Library. I think Transgender Day of Visibility is an opportunity for us to elevate our visibility to the rest of community, and I'm really proud and pleased that the LA Public Library has chosen to take this time and allow us to have books that are about not only transgender people, but also having transgender authors showcased here at the library.
Every day, the library welcomes everyone, and the Transgender Day of Visibility really reminds Los Angeles that we are here for the transgender community, and it really provides the library an opportunity to say we have collections, we have programming for the transgender community, we have books with transgender characters, books on transgender topics, and it's really a great opportunity for the library to remind our transgender community here in LA that we're here for them.
It's been difficult. I think especially like trying to find a representation, trying to find my story, trying to find people like me. And I'm really grateful to be working with the Trans Advisory Council to be able to make those connections and to make that space for community and for people to bond together in LA. I think it's a very important part that the library takes place in preserving trans history, creating trans visibility, and offering these resources available to the public so people can just access these books, these documentaries, these resources at the library.
I really love it because it educates the general population about our community, about who we are and where we're going. It brings back all our history. We need to learn our history, our past, so that it would be learned by our next generation, for the youth, because the youth is our future, and the future is now.
The library is a vibrant place of public programs, film screenings, author visits, story times, puppet programs, and we also partner with organizations throughout the community to provide immigration services, to provide public health programming. The list goes on and on. The library is really focused on serving absolutely everyone, and we want to provide services and collections that speak to everyone in our communities. The LA Public Library is a fabulous institution that we're really proud of here in LA, and we want every Angelino to be as well.
The Taylor Yard Bridge is now open to bicycles and pedestrians. The Port's grant program is accepting applications, and the Board of Public Works elects a new president. All this up next on CityBeats.
The Taylor Yard Bicycle and Pedestrian Bridge is now officially open to the public. It provides a connecting path between the communities of Elysian Valley and Cypress Park, which are separated by the LA River. Construction of the bridge began in 2019, but experienced unexpected delays due to COVID-related supply chain issues. Part of the LA River Revitalization Project, the Taylor Yard Bridge is the newest of 3 bridges spanning the river in Northeast LA. For information on the LA River Revitalization, visit lariver.org. The Port of Los Angeles Community Investment Grant Program is now accepting applications for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. The grants support community events, programs, and projects that benefit the port community and promote the goals of the LA Harbor Department. Nonprofit organizations can apply for grants of various amounts, including large awards of $100,000 or more. The grant program is funded from the Harbor Department's annual budget, self-supported entirely from shipping and lease revenues. Previous funding recipients include community sailing programs, waterfront beautification, and community arts programs. For more information about applications, which are due on May 9th, visit portoflosangeles.org/community. The LA Board of Public Works announced the election of Aura Garcia as their new board president. In her new role, Garcia will set the board's agenda, serve on the mayor's cabinet, and make final policy decisions on budget proposals. Garcia is also the board's liaison to the Bureau of Street Lighting and oversees the Office of Community Beautification. Governing the Department of Public Works, the board is a 5-member, full-time team that delivers projects that enhance the quality of life in LA. For more information on initiatives happening at the Department of Public Works, visit dpw.lacity.org.
The iconic Muscle Beach has reopened with brand new floors, interiors, and equipment. This park, which some call the epicenter of Venice, is ready to provide some extra motivation to those that want to get back in shape.
It's a special day because we're reopening Muscle Beach, and it's special because we've renovated Muscle Beach and been able to restore it back to its iconic luster that it's been, and just welcoming everybody back to using it again.
So we closed in May of 2019, and now we're finally open. All brand new equipment, brand new everything. Steel's brand new, the flooring's brand new. So just really excited to have a brand new opening.
I mean, this is Muscle Beach. There's no more famous of a weight pen anywhere in the world. So it's exciting. I mean, it's really exciting to be able to reopen it today and be able to welcome everybody back.
So this is an iconic Los Angeles park. Most people aren't even aware that it's a city park. So many movies and television shows have been shot here. It's probably the most famous park in the city of Los Angeles. So we're really thrilled to have worked with the Department of Recreation and Parks to refurbish it.
I've been waiting on this moment for a very long time. You know, this is my home turf. Sort of like, kind of like, you know how the lion has a watering hole, like where he goes to drink. So this is what this place used to be to me. But I'm so happy. It's literally one of the most exciting, best days of my life. Like 10 birthdays combined, you know, undescribable. So I can't wait to get in there and train today. Woo! The bag open, baby.
The weight equipment was rusted after many years of use and corrosion by the salt air. And the LA Parks Foundation and the Department of Recreation and Parks worked together to bring all new equipment to Muscle Beach.
All of the equipment is brand new, the flooring's brand new, the new stainless steel railing that's around. We restored the interior of the gym, just cleaned it up, generally speaking. You know, it's essentially brand new.
And I couldn't be more excited. This really is the epicenter of Venice, historic. They took the time to renovate and make this a fabulous place to work out, to be in the sunshine, and to meet other people. There's a welcoming vibe. I don't feel intimidated or, you know, people are very friendly. I welcome all to come and spend a day in the sun. Flexing your guns, yeah.
You know, Venice Beach is not the same for Muscle Beach. This is like the heart of Venice Beach, you know, and the heart of bodybuilding, the culture of bodybuilding.
This is where it all started, you know. This is Muscle Beach, Venice. This is where the fitness movement started. This is really where the lifestyle is all about, right? Like indoor gym, you know, it's kind of refined, but here is really the California lifestyle. This is the epitome of it.
This is just one more venue that we're able to open, and it's just a good day. It's a good day for the city. It's a good day for Venice Beach, and we're just excited to be able to do this today.
Get off that couch, get into the gym, come to Muscle Beach, find me, and we're gonna train.
Council District 9 recently held an environmental sustainability event at Enel Woods Park. Community members of all ages enjoyed the opportunity to learn ways to help the environment while also connecting with their neighbors. Let's take a look.
We're here at Enel Woods Park. We're promoting the environmental sustainability event, where we're showing the community and educating the community about environmental practices and other things like that. We're going to be giving away water barrels, we're giving away fruit trees. We also have, for educational purposes and activities, a touch tank, something that isn't usually focused in the community, but we're trying to bring a little bit of the sea into South LA. People started coming here since 8 a.m. asking us about the fruit trees, about the activities. People are very excited today. I'm very happy.
Today we're giving a tree adoption for the public to come pick up. They're eligible for 2 fruit trees and 2 shade trees, providing the residents with more trees, getting them more educated about trees, helping the environment, and spreading awareness of what benefits the trees have to do for the neighborhoods. So that's what we're out here trying to do.
We live down the street, but we've been here for 67 years. I was there when she was born. Don't tell my age.
So you have some goodie bags, some hygiene products, and I think some water and other items. It makes a big difference. It pulls your community together. It shows that your council district and your community leaders care about the community. You're looking at a way to meet your neighbors, to make that connection.
As Angelinos, we are blessed to live right by the sea. And though unlikely to happen, tsunamis are something our city needs to be prepared for. Our very own Maria Hallbrown sat down with 2 emergency management experts to learn about what protective measures are already being taken, as well as how we as citizens can be prepared in the event of such a natural disaster. Check it out.
Living in Southern California, we're used to hearing that we need to prepare for all kinds of things, earthquakes, fires, landslides, etc. But there's one area that we also should take into consideration, possibility of a tsunami. I'm delighted to be joined today by Jessica Kellogg. She's the Public Information Officer for the Los Angeles Emergency Management Department. So nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
You guys cover a wide range of different things, but there are plans in place within the Emergency Management Department in the case of a tsunami. So what happens in your vantage point?
So from our vantage point, we have a duty officer who constantly maintains watch while the Emergency Operations Center is not activated, and he's in touch with multiple parties, the County of Los Angeles, the National Weather Service, and they relay information to the duty officer based on a pending tsunami event.
The science of tsunamis is actually very, very fascinating. I'm delighted to be joined now by Eric Bolk. He is a warning coordination meteorologist with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. I think we all know that earthquakes are normally what we understand to generate tsunamis, but there are other factors at play, are there not?
Yeah, earthquakes are the main reason for generating tsunamis, but we recently had a volcano that exploded, and that caused a tsunami. That's one of them, and also landslides. If you think about these tall cliffs that we have off some of our coasts, if it would slump into the ocean, or if we have something underwater that could slide, that could cause a local tsunami, maybe the worst case scenario, because we wouldn't have any warning for that type of event.
It's imperative that communities, especially coastal communities, are prepared. So what does that mean to be prepared for a tsunami?
Pay attention to the signage in the coastal areas that you're visiting or recreating in. So while you're walking into the beach, be cognizant of your evacuation route and how to get to higher ground if need be. But living in the coastal regions of the city of Los Angeles, everyone should be prepared with a go bag, an escape plan, an evacuation route, and a communications plan for their family.
How prepared should Los Angeles County, Southern California at large be prepared for something? Should we be in a constant state of alert?
We need to be prepared. We don't want to be over
dramatic.
Alert. Yeah, we don't want to be
dramatic.
Scared. Part of these scary things we talk about all the time, tsunamis or earthquakes, they don't happen very often, and the best thing is just to be prepared.
To learn more about how to be prepared for other natural disasters or emergencies, visit emergency.lacity.org. We continue celebrating Women's Heritage Month at Channel 35 by bringing you the stories of two more remarkable women, LAPD Detective Megan Aguilar and Building and Safety Chief Inspector Lisa Yancey. They both share their career starts, obstacles, inspirations, and their advice for future generations of strong women. Let's hear their stories.
I was living in a small city, and when I would drive into LA, downtown looked like a magical place, especially in the evening with all the lights. And I thought, I can be a police officer in that city.
Unfortunately, as I can count the women on one hand, there are no other female managers in the Inspection Bureau. I'm it.
We've made so many gains, I do believe, in so many fields. When I came through the police academy, there was what we call our head of our class, or our DI. For me, that was a female. And to have a female DI that was strong, competent, assertive, it set a great foundation for what I could be
I started out as a union carpenter. It was a very difficult journey. So during my time in the trade, I had one mentor. She taught me what to expect in a male-dominated field, how to carry myself and how I may be perceived, but to always stay vigilant, no matter what.
I know that 25 years ago, this job for women was extremely different. And I am grateful for those that stuck with it. I was once a little girl that would look at police officers and not know if that world was for me.
Maya Angelou and Toni Morrison. Those are the two that I look to for inspiration.
It's not easy always, right? There are a lot of things that we juggle, whether that's parenting, parents of our own that are aging, whether that's friendships, our own interests, and career. A lot falls on women's shoulders.
Don't let people deter you from your dream. Be strong, be proud, be excellent, and be diligent.
Drop by the launch gallery for the opening of Still. Sign up your kids for the Your Author series Chat Cell, or check out the free concert series Roots for Challenging Times. All this up next on Things to Do.
The City of LA's Department of Cultural Affairs invites you to the Launch LA Gallery for the opening of their latest exhibit, Still. Organized by Rough Play Collective, Still pays homage to the art historical tradition of the still life with 8 Los Angeles artists. Each has a different definition of the word still and how it reflects on their time spent during the pandemic, confined, isolated, and surrounded every day by the same objects. Check out Still at the Launch Gallery from April 2nd through the 30th. For more info, visit launchla.org. Calling all kids and teens and mysteries afoot in the cardboard kingdom. The LA Public Library is excited to welcome Chad Sell, the creator of the graphic novel The Cardboard Kingdom, which he illustrated and co-wrote with a team of 10 collaborators. The same team is back for a new graphic novel, The Cardboard Kingdom: Roar of the Beast, where a mysterious monster stalks through the neighborhood at night. Every kid in the kingdom will need to join together to solve the mystery and defeat or master this menacing new monster. The Your Author series Chad Sell online event happens Friday, April 1st at 4 p.m. It will be streaming on the library's YouTube and Facebook pages. For more info, visit lapl.org/events. And don't forget, the library's graphic novel reading challenge is going on through April 9th. Check out lapl.org/graphic-novel to see how you can win a prize pack of graphic novels. Are you ready for live music to make a comeback? Then why not check out Roots for Challenging Times, a free spring concert series. Produced by the nonprofit Inspired Sound Initiative, this concert series will highlight the music and dance of Africa and the Middle East, as well as the tunes of Hollywood movies. All of these events will take place at the Mercado La Paloma Community Gathering Space in South LA. Roots for Challenging Times will kick off on Sunday, April 3rd with a pre-series live stream event at 5 p.m. with series curator Yuval Ron. Check out inspiredsoundinitiative.org for more info. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's it for this edition. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacitywiew.org, and we're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.